Petty cash, accounting A. So what actually is petty cash? Well, petty cash, also known as impress cash, is a fund established for making small payments that are impractical to pay by check. They're usually kept in a lockbox or a cash register and will have some kind of system in place to make sure none of it gets lost. Examples of what this fund can be used for vary from coffee for meetings, car parkings for business trips, mail postage, or even just office supplies. You might be thinking, why might a business need a petty cash fund system anyway? Well, many small businesses don't actually have a formal system, and owners will simply pay out of pocket for small expenses and hope nothing goes wrong. But this can be quite confusing and expensive as the company grows. For example, these random expenses may become more frequent. While the size and the scope of a petty cash fund will vary across businesses, its operations will involve the following three activities. Number 1, we're establishing the fund. 2, make payments from the fund. And 3, replenish the fund. Establishing the fund is pretty simple. It can be done by writing a check for the amount for the fund, cashing the check in, and placing the cash under the care of an employee, which is designated as the custodian. A journal entry is made to record this. This is an example of a general journal entry made to record the establishment of a company's petty cash fund. As you can see, this business has decided to make a petty cash fund of $1,000. Petty cash is debited and cash is credited. The petty cash custodian is in charge of managing the fund. Why one person? Well, making a single person responsible for this petty cash cuts down on confusion and minimizes the risk of theft. The custodian collects receipts to track what the fund is being spent on and to ensure the correct amount of change is left. They are also responsible for recording journal entries when actioning reimbursement. Payments are usually made in one of two ways. Cash can either be taken directly from the fund to make a payment, or employees can seek reimbursement from the fund after they have personally made one. The custodian should collect receipts for the use of any cash. No journal entry is made for payments, and instead only when it's replenished. To replenish the fund, the remaining cash is counted and then the company cashes a check for the amount that brings the total cash fund back to the original balance. The receipts in the fund are used as documentation for recording expenses. When a fund is replenished, the amount of cash needs to be equal to the amount of receipts. This is an example of a journal entry made to replenish the fund. $615 was seen in receipts and $385 was left in the tin, bringing the total up to $1,000. However, sometimes the custodian may not obtain all receipts or will be given incorrect change, creating a discrepancy between cash needed for replenishment and the number of receipts. In such cases, the discrepancy is charged to an account called cash over or cash short. These are temporary accounts that can either have a debit or credit balance.